liking the way you can flick it around. It's a lot better than the Suzuki. It's a lot more agile. Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day. It's warmed up a bit now. It's about 2 degrees, so a little bit chilly, but nevertheless the sun's out. So what do we got today? What are we going to be doing today? Well, we got quite an interesting one, because as you all know, I've got my DE800 and I love my DE800. And I use this bike to, you know, as a comparison to a lot of other bikes, especially the Chinese bikes, around about the same sort of capacity. Anyway, today I'm lucky enough to be able to take out, we're going to go on, the new Voge 800 X Rally. So it's a direct competitor to this Suzuki. And I'm absolutely dying to find out what it's going to be like. Is it going to be as good? Is it going to be better? Or is it going to be worse? Okay, well, here we are, back at Bike Trades. Now, like I said earlier, this is going to be an interesting one today because we've got two bikes here. I've got my DE, and we've got the new Voge 800, the DS800 Rally, DS800X. And here they are, both the bikes parked together. So you can get some sort of idea what they're looking like. Now I love my Suzuki, and like I say, I always use the Suzuki for comparison when I'm riding a lot of these new Chinese bikes. I rode the Voge DS800 X a while back. I didn't particularly like that, to be quite honest with you, but it wasn't as refined as a Suzuki as far as I was concerned. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Here we go, the Voge. Now, we'll do a quick once over. It's called the Rally, and the reason why they've called it the Rally is because they've turned the TFT up on it to make it look like no, I'm only joking. But yeah, it's more road oriented. Sorry, it's more dirt trail orientated apparently. But it's got, unlike the Suzuki, where I had to spend a fair bit of money putting bits and pieces on that, like a centre stand and heated grips. This Voge has got absolutely everything: heated seat, heated grips, got the spots on it. It's got a front-mounted camera. I don't think it's got a rear-mounted camera. No, they haven't put one on the back. It's probably got sequential indicators as well, that are really cool. A radial steering damper, look, rotary steering damper on there, and a decent key ignition. So it's looks a real good package, doesn't it? It looks lovely. Let's have a quick, how can I get them? There you go. That's the two bikes. Now, will this Voge be as good as the Suzuki? Will it be better than the Suzuki? Or will it be worse than the Suzuki? We'll find out. We'll take it out and give it a whiz round. Cold day today. It's like about 2 degrees, but the sun's out. So, yeah, let's get it out. We might go and get some breakfast, I reckon. I think we'll head for Chopper's Calf. That'll be a double whammy. You can have a look at Chopper's Calf as well. Right. Okay, well, I'll catch you later. Right then, okay, well, let's switch this thing on. We've got a nice key ignition switch there, key operated ignition switch, which I like. I don't like these keyless things. Screen's coming up, and we'll fire it up. There we go. Traction control's flashing. That's because obviously when we get going, that'll go out. So we've got revs. There's my fuel. So I've got to go and put some fuel in it. Engine temperature, speedo, your trip meter, 6.5 miles, odo 6 miles, and your gear selector, 5 degrees. It's 12 minutes past 12. So okay, now let's switch this first thing off. Is switch the seat on. Those buttons there, I don't know if you can see them. Press that one. Is there anything that comes up on the screen to tell me the seat's on? Ah, here we go. Right, can you see those? Right, let's switch them off. Right, I'm going to put the grips on. So I'm pressing this button there. There you go. And that's on free. And I think I'm going to leave them on free. And then you press this other button here. And that's the seat look, and that's on 3. You've got 3 settings on it, and I'm going to leave it on 3. So, most important thing, grips are on, and the seat's on. Mirrors, fine, nice riding position. You got a rotary style steering damper on there. Fully adjustable suspension. You got your USB port there. Got an hydraulic clutch on this as well. So let's get it going anyway. We're going to put some fuel in it and we'll see what we think about it. Gears, a bit clunky. Like I say, the bike's new, so away we go. And immediately that 270-degree crank on this 798cc engine, I think it is, it's quite apparent. So here we go. Right, the first thing we've got is the blooming indicator switch off of the 900, the DS900. And I didn't, when I rode the 900, that was a little bit annoying, because it's like when you put the indicators on, it's like pressing a broken switch. There's no feel to it. There's no precise click. So they've got to put it on this thing, where the 525 and the 635 have got proper indicator switches. Anyway, initially, nice riding position. I'm getting a bit of wind blast, but I think the screen can go up higher, but you have to unbolt it and move it up. I take the other bolts out the front and move it up one. But yeah, and like I say, the way the screen's set up, rally style, it's oblong rather than having it sideways. Oh, I can feel the seat heating up now. That's blooming lovely. Not so much the grips at the moment. Right, fueling. What am I in? I'm in 5th gear. 34 mile an hour, and it's pulling in 5th. It's a 6-speed box. That's quite happily pulling in 5th. 3rd now. Yeah, nice and smooth. So a little bit of play in the throttle. Like I say, it's cable operated, so down to the throttle body, so there is adjustment on there, I'd have thought. So, right, what we got with the fueling, when you throttle right off, you get to a point where you shut the throttle, it's quite abrupt. It just shuts down completely. Like an on-off switch almost, but not an issue. It's not like the Suzuki. I think I'd say the Suzuki is a bit smoother. Yeah, it's just a little bit annoying that on-off type effect. But the DS900 was worse when I rode that. That's for sure. Which is weird because I love the little the Voge. Oh God, the Voge 525 and the 625. Now they're Honda derived engines, and they're lovely things to ride. The fueling on those things is really nice. And the 625, you know, you could use that without a problem, and even the 525, not a problem. 1 up. You know, if you're riding around, you go around the world on it, 1 up. So I was really impressed with those. Anyway, I just, it's Nationals, we're in Nationals, and I've just given this old bike a bit of, see, I'm opening it up, this is in road, and it feels very fluffy. If this was a Suzuki, it would seem like I've got a piece of rag stuck at the air intake. The Suzuki is a lot quicker, a lot peppier than this. The D800 engine is a lot quicker, peppier, and more responsive than this. But this is in road mode, normal mode, so I'm going to stick it now into sport mode. There you go, everything's changed now, so we'll see what happens. As always, I've got a blooming car in front of me on my favourite Benz. We've got to take into account weather conditions as well, but I think these tyres are Pirellis on here. They don't seem quite as planted as Suzuki. Right, coming into my favourite bend now. Let's tip it in. My favourite left-hander. No, it's not as sure-footed as the Suzuki. It's got another 10 brake horsepower over the top of the Suzuki, but of course, as we all know, it's all down to torque, isn't it? And that Suzuki twin, that 800 twin engine's a little torque monster in mid-range. Right, well we'll hang a right just round here. There's the old Marlborough Hospital, just there. And we're going to turn down here, and we'll do the standing up test. This is the A4. I remember coming out of this forest on the KTM with 1290 Super Duke, and that was tuned to 185 brake, and that did a very naughty thing. Coming out of this forest, primed the life out of me. It just involved mono wheeling basically. I sold it just after that, not long after that. It's nice and comfortable. I probably might have to myself personally put some bar risers on it. Anyway, going up to a bit of a hill now. So we're in that bloody snatchy throttle. It's annoying. It's keeping the power on, you're alright. As soon as you switch it off, see what it's doing. It's like an on-off switch. Like I say, this is in normal mode. But yeah, you can flick it around with your feet. You know, it's nice and stable. I should think on some trails with some decent tyres, it'd be brilliant. Now the Hemis and there's a few bikes that'll just sit and idle along, and you can take your hand off the throttle. Let's see if we can do it in first. I'm going up a bit of a hill, so we'll do that. We'll shut the throttle off in first and see if it'll quite happily tick along. But no, it won't want it. Look, oh, hang on, it's found a spot, I think, where it's rough as anything. So you got to have that throttle opened slightly for it to smooth itself out. Like I say, suspension's more than adequate. Fully adjustable KYBs at the front and fully adjustable KYB monoshock at the back. So I'm really liking the way you can flick it around. It's a lot better than the Suzuki. It's a lot more agile. Just needs Needs him to sort that fueling out a bit. Right, we're going to turn right here. Oh, I've got to sit back on my heated seat. Oh, here we go. Right, well, we've just completely flamed out on that one. And I've seen so many of these Euro 5 Plus bikes doing that. Anyway, off to Choppers for a cup of coffee. Right, we're coming up to Choppers, just round this bend, I think. I hope they're open after all this. Here we go. Not a motorcycle in sight. There you go, Choppers, welcome. Well, like I say, in the summer this is normally full of motorcycles, but it ain't going to be today, is it, when you think about it? Right now, let's go and warm up a bit and have a cup of coffee. Here we go. Ooh. Right. I'm going to sit up here, I think. Right, well, here I am. I'm at Choppers Cafe. Really popular with the motorcyclists in the, let's say, more, well, better weather. So, anyway, there we go. I'm just sat there. It's a lovely lady's just taken my order for my breakfast. There's your price list up there. And there's the kitchen. My breakfast on its way, I think. So, what we got around? Yeah. So yeah, nice place. Like I say, you're absolutely rammed with motorcyclists in the decent weather. So there's a little courtyard out there. Proper old-style transport cafe, isn't it? Really, it's lovely. Okay, well, there's my breakfast has arrived. There it is. That was £9, that. So you got 2 pieces of bacon, sausage, tomato, egg, and fried bread. Lovely. Right, well, I've just finished my breakfast, which was a lovely breakfast, and I'm talking to Darren, and are you the proprietor of this place?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, just a cook.
Right. Well, I was just explaining to Darren about the Voge out there, the heated seats and the heated grips. Darren was telling me about.
Well, years and years ago, my mate on his motocross bike used to come out and his hands were blue as hell every time he come back. So what we did, drilled a couple of holes in his exhaust, put a couple of thin pipes up down to his handle grips, and it blew nice warm air onto his hands. Kept him lovely and warm.
There you go. So he was blowing exhaust.
And that was 17, so
exhaust fumes onto your hands to keep your hands warm.
33 years ago.
There you go, Lord Colin. You might be able to do something like that with your Enfield or your. Anyway, yeah. So, I mean, as long as he didn't put the hoses into his crash helmet to keep his head warm. Yeah, I suppose that would work, wouldn't it? Really? Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, thanks, Darren.
That's okay.
And you were telling me, how many bikes can you get here on a good day in the
summer? On a good day in the summer, you can get up to 300 bikes, if not more.
There you go. I told you it was a real popular place, and the guys that know me in the local, they know all this. But
you can't get a car in the lay-by or anything.
You won't get a car in the lay-by, so yeah. I've come past here many a time. This is the main road from Marlborough to Tidworth, isn't it? What's the
Oxford to Bournemouth this road goes to? A338.
A338, there you go, one major road, and this is right on a switchback bend as well. So the old bikes come past on the side, don't they?
Yeah, bike pits.
You get a bit of a show going on.
Bike pits, they go up there, on the corner there, sit and watch them come round.
Anybody falling off?
No.
Oh, that's all right, that's a good thing. No. Anyway, right, well, thanks, Darren.
That's okay.
Thanks, and it was a lovely breakfast, and thanks for you showing me around and stuff. So, right, cheers, buddy, thank you.
Thank you.
right then. Okay, well that was a lovely breakfast. So I think it's time to get back onto this this Voge. So we'll just have a... Darren was saying to me, Henry Cole, he gets everywhere, doesn't he, our Henry? There he is, there's a picture of him up there, look, with the proprietor or the owner of this place. Our Henry. Never met the guy, but I've heard he's quite a nice chap. A couple of our breakfast crew bumped into him. Thank you, cheerio, bye-bye, take care. Bumped into him at Blake's Cafe. And he had the gang with him, his gang, and he was filming. And he was very nice, quite happy for photos and stuff. So anyway, look at that, it's still nice, isn't it? Right, most important bit. Heated grips on 3, and the seat we're going to put on 1 because, like I say, it's unbelievable. But on a day like this, and it's cold. Well, it's 8 degrees now, so it's warming up, but it was like 2 degrees this morning. That seat was on 3 and it was burning my backside. See, this is, I was telling you in the cafe that this road is right on a bend, so you can sit here and have a coffee in the summers, and the bikes come whistling round here, as you can imagine. Right, I've still got cold tyres, so be a little bit mindful of that. But yeah, nice bend. Right, well what we'll do, we'll find somewhere to park up and we'll have a walk around this. It'll be a bit quieter as well. This is Savernake Forest, and this is like the visitors area where you can, they got a campsite around here somewhere as well. I think we'll go here. Seems a nice place, doesn't it? Right, neutral, switch off. There we go. The Voge DS800 X Rally. Let's have a look round it. Right, so let's see what we got with this Voge. We just pulled over into Savernake Forest. The sun's going down now, so we're going to have to, starting to go down, so we're going to have to make it quick. But let's have a quick look over what the specs are. So, starting off with your engine, 798cc, 92 brake horsepower, 60 foot-pound of torque, steel frame, alley swing arm. You've got a 5-gallon fuel tank, more or less. Forks are Showa, fully adjustable, KYB forks, fully adjustable. Your front wheel, you've got a 21-inch front wheel, and it's shod with Pirelli STR. Your rear tyre is a 150 70/18. They're tubeless, the spokes run to the outside, the rims. You've got a centre stand on there, look. You've got footrests that you can take the rubbers out, and you can have your grippy footrests. Seat height, 850mm, I do believe. Two 240mm discs with 4-pot Nissan calipers, radial mounted. Got a decent bash plate. Decent bash plate there. That's a bit tinny. You need to change that, I reckon, if you're doing proper trail riding. You've got your bendy gear lever. They thought of that one. Alley side stand. Yeah, very nice. It's you know, it's a nice bike. It's well spec'd. Right, tech. Let's get into the tech. We've got, for starters, we've got a standard fitment. You've got your little running lights or spotlights. Your screen you can adjust, but you have to obviously unscrew it and move it up. You can't manually adjust it. You've got your camera in there. That's behind the screen, tucked behind the screen, so you'd have to keep your screen clean. So you've got your mirrors there, which will actually, they're hinged. They look like they're hinged, so you can move those in, I think. Should be able to, if you're trail riding. Anyway, let's get on it. Let's get on the thing and go through all the techie bits. Okay, let's switch it on. Screen comes up. Like I say, we've been over this, I went over this before, but you've got your rev counter, fuel. It does about 55 to the gallon, this bike. Engine temperature, miles per hour. Neutral, obviously gears and your tacho. Time, and again, ambient temperature, the outside temperature is 10 degrees. Right, switch gear. Headlight flasher, I don't know if you can see that. That's your, that button there is your heated bars, that's your heated seat, they're 3 position, or 3 settings on both. That's all your controls to go through your different modes and God knows what else. Indicator button, see how that's a little bit, I don't know, I'm not too keen on these indicator buttons. That's your horn, there's your horn. Moving to this side, you've got your ABS, you can switch your ABS on and off. Then there's your mode button, so we'll press that. There you go, the screen changes into sport. Let's turn the indicator off, shall we? Sport comes up there, look, and then you press it back, and that's normal, so that's road mode. And then you've got your spots underneath, so we'll fire it up and have a look what it looks like with the lights and stuff. So, right, we've got it going. Sounds nice. Nice rasp to it. So anyway, there you go. There's your front with your lights lit up. Let's put the spots on. There you go, you press that button, and hopefully the spots will be on. Yeah, there you go. We'll try the indicators. I think they're sequential on these. Yeah, there you go. I think they're cool, aren't they? The way those indicators flash. We'll move round to the back of the bike. It's nice, isn't it? So there you go. So we'll switch the indicators off, switch the spots off. All in all, a nice package. Now what have I forgotten? I've forgotten then. You've got your rotary steering damper on here, which is a bit trick. Soft, and you just turn that little knob there, see? Soft and hard, would that be? I don't know. That's in the middle, and it clicks, it centralises in the middle on a click, so I'll leave it there. I'm not going to mess around with it. Here we go. We've got there you go, USB port there. Got your normal USB and a smaller one. So you've got 2 USBs on that. It's throttle cable, so the throttle cables go down to the throttle body. Yeah, it seems well put together. Brakes are lovely on it. Got your shock, there's a little flap there, look, to cover your shock up. Little crap all over that. But yeah, very nice. And I think these things come in 3 colours. So I'll put them up on the screen anyway for you. But anyway, that's a quick look round it. I'm going to get back to bike treads now because the sun's going down. And I'll see you back out on the road, catch you back out on the road. Okay, well we're on our way back to Swindon now. We've exited Marlborough, the madness of Marlborough, very busy there today. So en route to bike treads. The sun's starting to go down now and you can feel the temperature dropping. It's gone down about 2 or 3 degrees since I was up in the forest, so I think we'll sum this bike up, or I'll tell you what I think of it anyway, in my humble opinion. It's a typical Voge really, it's all Vogue. It's got all your bells and whistles on it, and it's a very, very good price. And this is how these Chinese bikes, they're selling plenty of these Chinese bikes because they do come very highly spec'd. Is it as good as my Suzuki DE? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're going to think, oh, he's going to be biased because obviously he owns one. But no, this is my honest opinion, and I'm trying to, stay impartial. But I do own a DE, and it's, I can give a good comparison. So I honestly don't think it's quite up there with the Suzuki. This has got a lovely engine, but it doesn't seem to have quite as much pep mid-range. Doesn't pick its petticoat up so quick and get going. Tech-wise, it's got everything, isn't it? I mean, I'm absolutely loving this heated seat and the heated grips. They're amazing, and I only need the heated seat on one really, even in this weather, 5 degrees. And if you have it on 3, your bum's going to be burning. I was burning my bottom off on 3. So on 1 it's fine, setting 1. They've both got 3 settings, the grips and the seat. So I'm marvelling at that. The quality of the bike, really good. They've come a fair old way, even in the space of 3 years. I remember looking at the Voges 3 years ago, and you could pick up a few little things on them, a few frame welds that perhaps weren't as good as they should have been. But now, they've learned, and it's like going back and taking it way back to when the Japanese bikes first started appearing. They learned quick as well, and improved on the quality, and improved on the handling of their bikes. So the Voge, they come a long way in 3 years. They're a lovely bike. Talking about handling, this bike handles lovely. It's got almost 5 gallon of fuel up on top of this one. Is full up, sat up here, and it can feel a little bit top heavy when you back at the calf, back at Choppers. I pulled out a bit quick and I sort of leant him over before I got going, which isn't normally an issue, and I did feel it dip a bit, so it could catch you out. But on the trail, I thought it was more manageable, more manoeuvrable than the Suzuki. It was more twitchy, flicky, changing direction quicker than the DE. The weight of this, I think, is 210 kilos. Suspension, that soaks up all the bumps. It's a really good all-round package, They're going to sell loads of these, and if they can bring out a little remat perhaps for the fueling, and like I say, the fueling's all right. It's just that initial on-off with the throttle, just off the stop. It's a bit jerky, annoying. If they can sort that out, absolutely stunning motorcycle, as far as I'm concerned. Right, we're on the home stretch now to treads. Hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Thanks for sticking with me. And as usual, all I can say is take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cheerio.